went to the Hallmark store, Hobby Lobby, Target, Michael's, and Joann. The Hallmark store, oh, I guess the name Meijer. I bought this little ornament. The Hallmark store, of course, isn't crafty. I thought I would just maybe cut a little saying out and put in there. You can either hang it like an ornament or it's like a little frame and stick it up with my Wonder Woman and Supergirl stuff. And I also bought this ornament. It's kind of on a, I was going to say Dr. Zeus, but it's actually P.C. Eastman, but he's under the Dr. Zeus umbrella. But I bought it because it's kind of got a postal theme. I thought it was cute. Not sure where I'll put my postal ornaments next year. This year they were on the tree with hubby's cub ornaments, but in his man cave / our TV room. But I'm not sure. Next year I might have enough cub ornaments that I won't need to put the postal ones on there. But Hobby Lobby, I used the 40% off tag and bought the Stamp Store and Go bag by Totally Tiffany. I use these bags for a lot of different things. I've used them for stamps, some spinner punches, washi. That's kind of what I bought this one for, was for my Valentine washi. A couple of the ones that I have a lot of washi, I want to get in one of these and then slide it on the tray that I currently keep things in. But that way when I'm like looking on my planner, I can just pull the whole thing out instead of each of the individual trays. Target, all I bought was the little purple mailbox. I seen this last week when we were there, but it was as we were getting ready to leave. We hadn't bought anything. I know, shocking. I left Target without buying anything, but I'd seen this dark purple one, and then they had a lighter purple one. The lighter purple one was gone, so but I bought this one. I go to the other Target and they have the light one. I pick it up too. Meijer, I just bought it at a polyfill, which I used most of it. I had a few pillows left to finish, so I had to add them in. Michael's, I used my 50% off coupon yesterday, and I bought this little acrylic stand, really big purchase, so I can photograph my cards that I make easier. I have a little box that I'm going to use as like a light box for staging, but I was looking for something to sit them in inside there that wouldn't really detract from the photo, so I thought this one would work well. I might need to get other sizes for other projects, but I figured for now that one would do. Joann, I think I bought was on clearance. I see today, I believe all their clearance is an extra 25% off. Always a day late and a dollar short, but yesterday was when I was there, so I bought this one called Encouragement. And I just thought it would work well in my health part. I'm trying to track symptoms and put little like encouraging things in there and that type of thing. Notes that I need to put to question my doctor about or whatever. I track my blood pressure and all that. I bought this set of dashboards from the wrong. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, that's what it looks like. These are classic size. I really wanted the large size because I use the large size more. The only thing I really use the classic for is my social media planner, and I haven't been keeping up on that. I need to get back into a groove. Once you get out of that, it's hard to get back in. It's a lot easier to get out of it than it is to get in it. And then I bought this large Happy Planner Notes. Joann is the only one I can find the large size. I see the micro, the minis, and the classic at Hobby Lobby and or Michael's. They have either all those sizes or a combination of those sizes, but none of them have the big one. And I like the big one because I like to be able to print things out and add it. I started one for my medical stuff, and I have a tab for each doctor that I see, and then at the front I have kind of my history, my symptoms, my medications, list of all the doctors that I see, which I see in my new primary care yesterday. And she was asking a couple questions. Well, I have all that here, and she's like, can I make a copy of this? I said, that's an extra copy if you want it. You're more than welcome to have any or all of that. So she says, well, I'll just take it all and I'll see what I want. She goes, like your symptom list, I would just like to scan that and put it in your chart. She says, that way it's there for all the doctors within this network to see. She said, because from what you're telling me about your family history and from your symptoms, this isn't in your chart. She says, all these things haven't been put in there. They were told. But, so she says, I'm going to make sure it gets in there. I really have to say, I really liked her. She seemed very thorough and really listened. She says, what are your biggest concerns? I said, well, the joint pain. I said, I'm worried that not only that it could be arthritis and causing actual damage to my joints, but that it could be rheumatoid arthritis. And I kind of described how it happens. It said the ankles are every morning. It's kind of the ankles, hips, and knees, but the ankles are the worst every morning. They are stiff. They're painful for a couple hours. I stay close to furniture at first because I said they hurt so much that I'm a little afraid I'm going to fall. So I haven't, but it kind of scares me. So I said, and then after inactivity, they hurt again. I said, the hips and knees are worse. I didn't even think to tell her about my hands because they're not a daily thing. They hurt frequently. I figured they're probably regular arthritis, but I did tell her about my jaw and my shoulder. I didn't mention the neck, but that is in my chart, or it should be. It will be now. And she says, when was the last time they did any imaging? I said, 2013. She says, really? She goes, have you been tested for rheumatoid arthritis? I said, last time was in 2013. It was negative. And she says, but here's the thing. She says, you can have rheumatoid arthritis and be seronegative. You can have a negative test result and have it. I said, well, that's what I've read too. But I said, my previous primary care physician just said, that was negative. You don't have it. She says, well, that's not necessarily true. She says, I have several patients who have it and have tested negative. She goes, I'm going to start with what you say is the worst. So she had x-rays on both ankles. I'm still waiting to get results from that and blood work. And I said, here's another thing. I said, I was vitamin D deficient at one time. I said, so I take 2,000 units of vitamin D twice a day. Plus, it's in my calcium supplement and it's in my multivitamin supplement. I said, should they be monitoring my vitamin D levels to make sure that I'm not, escalating? She says, well, yes, they should. She goes, they're not. I said, not on a regular basis. It only really gets tested if I bring it up. She says, yeah, that should be monitored carefully. And she's looking at my medication list, and she's like, did they tell you should be taking a potassium supplement? I'm like, no. She says, did they test your potassium? I said, well, I have my last round of tests. And she looks at it, she goes, they did not test your potassium. And she looks at my urine results. She goes, you had leukocytes in your urine. I said, yeah. I said, they questioned me. I don't have any symptoms, so they said they weren't going to worry about it. She goes, they didn't retest you? I said, no. I said, I was concerned it could be a kidney stone. I said, because of something that was on my, when I had the chest x-ray, there was a little notification. She goes, yeah, that could be what it is. She goes, we're retesting that too. She goes, with the meds you're on, you should be having your kidney function tested every 3 months. I said, well, it's every 6 is what they've been doing. She says, it should be every 3. She said, so, she says, we'll get you on a schedule for that too. She said, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, even though I know you just had that kind of done, but I'm going to redo it anyways. She says, with your urine results, I think it's just better to do that now than have to add it later. So, especially if it is a kidney stone, that can affect your kidney function. So she ran that, and she asked when I had a couple other tests when the last time I had them done, and she goes, I said, well, I know I've had it done, I don't know when. I said, the thyroid I know they did up at Mayo in November, so I gave her those results. And she's like, what about the other one? I said, she goes, was it more than 3 months? I said, well, it would have been more than 3 months because I don't remember it being done recently. And she says, okay, we'll redo that one. So she ran a bunch of blood work and urine tests and did the x-rays. And so we'll see how it comes out. I said, it's terrible. I'm hoping something shows on the x-rays because I'm tired of this. And one thing I said, Jan, I said, I have the swelling in the legs. I said, that was one of the first things they said to me at Mayo when they looked at my legs. I said, your legs are swollen. I said, when I would tell them here, they'd look at them, they'd say they're not swollen. And she says, really? I said, yeah. I said, I even told them, I said, when I wear socks with a pattern on them, when I take my socks off, that pattern's on my legs. I said, it's not like there's just a ring, you know, how everybody gets that ring where the elastic is at the top of the legs. I said, my whole legs caved in when I wear socks. Well, most socks, unless I wear the looser. Like right now, I'm wearing a lot of those. I'm kind of really fluffy ones for winter because they're thicker. And they don't do it quite so much. They dig in more than they should, but they're not as bad. And she got down and she pushed in. She goes, this is how they should be testing for your swollen legs. You know, I said, no, they don't do that. And she goes, yeah, it's pitting. She goes, and with you being on the water pill, that should have taken care of this. She said, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. She goes, they've ruled out the most serious things. So she says, I don't think it's something we need to really delve into deep unless it gets worse. So we'll just keep an eye on it for now and make sure. She says, maybe eventually the water pill will kick in and get rid of more. I said, they do look better than they did. I said, because before I could just look at them and tell they were swollen. And they don't look as bad to me. I said, because my ankles used to get, I mean, huge. I said, my husband could tell you, they got huge. He goes, oh yeah. I said, but they don't do that as big anymore. I said, they still swell. They get puffy every day. But I said, it's not as large. So it has helped. But so we'll just see how that goes. But I was really, I think I'm going to be happy I made the switch and probably regret not having done it much sooner. But I figured I would just give a little update about how that's going. The Get Organized Challenge started Tuesday. I haven't done anything really yet this week. I've kind of got a plan in my head, and I want to get that written on paper and get my big benefit board hung up and updated. I'm going to use the same one from last year. I had little pockets, and I wrote I had a little index card that I can wrote on one side what my goal was for that week, and on the other side I wrote what I took as a reward for that week. So I need to go through and write down my goal for each week and put them in the little pockets. And some of my rewards I think I'm going to go ahead and order now because I want to use them for some of the stuff that I need to organize this time. And this week Tiffany has the buddy bags on sale, and I need a bunch of the different ones of those. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and order one from Tiffany's site because it doesn't look like HSN carries the little bags that I want. They only carry them as part of a set of 3 buddy bags, and I don't need all of those buddy bags, or I would just order multiple sets of those. But I need 3 different buddy bags, but they're not the 3 that are in that set. 2 of them are in there, but the other one's not. So maybe I'll give that some thought about how I want to do that, if I want to order a couple over there or a couple. You know, I have to decide that, what I'm going to order and where I'm going to order it from. Though it might be cheaper just to do it all from Tiffany, since I got to pay shipping anyways. I might as well just order it all from one place. Anyways, that's all I've got to share today. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.